What is worth giving your life to? Have you ever asked yourself that question? My dream was to become known as Luke the physician. I wanted to be respected and live a life of ease with my family. Some would say I threw my life away, but I discovered a story so compelling that giving my life to tell it was the only way I found my life. Really, I had no choice. God called me to do this. I've spent my life recording the testimonies of those who were forever changed by their encounters with Jesus. The work has already changed me profoundly. The fantastic account of his birth, the amazing miracles and the teachings, so powerful they had to come straight from heaven. And now it is time to write of Jesus' final trip to Jerusalem. Honestly, I've dreaded this day. The story is so powerful, so significant, that I'm afraid I'm not up to the task. Yet I pray that God will use my humble efforts so that people everywhere may hear the ultimate story of love, the story that begins once upon a tree. And when he had spoken, he went before ascending up to Jerusalem. So many have testified of the joy and anticipation of that day. The disciples have said they felt a sense of destiny. Others were sure they were seeing the Messiah himself riding in that curious procession. The people celebrated as it seemed obvious that God had finally come to free them from tyranny and to establish a new and godly kingdom. So when Jesus and the disciples entered the city, the crowds flooded the streets as news of his arrival spread.
Now the crowds gather
Jerusalem, the holy city, so full of history and tradition, full of politics and power, full of hypocrisy and corruption. Jerusalem was a dangerous place for a prophet, and Jesus knew it. But instead of being careful, he preached the truth even more boldly than ever before. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to you. How I have longed to gather your children together, and you would not. Behold, your house is left to you desolate. And I tell you, you shall not see me until you shall say, Blessed is he that comes in the name of the Lord. Then he went into the temple and began driving out those who were selling, and overthrew the tables of the money changers. And he said to them, Is it not written, My house will be a house of prayer? But you have made it a den of robbers and thieves. Beware of the teachers of the law. They like to walk around in flowing robes and love to be greeted in the marketplaces and have the most important seats in the synagogues. They devour widows' houses and for a show make lengthy prayers. Such men will be punished most severely. The Pharisees and high priests didn't have to wait long for their opportunity. Judas, one of the disciples, offered to lead them to Jesus when the crowds weren't around. It was almost too good to be true, and they quickly seized the opportunity. Jerusalem would waste no time in killing this prophet. We all remember times when we've had to say goodbye. As a physician, I have been there many times when a patient knows the end is near. I feel honored to be present as he gathers his loved ones around to say goodbye. Of course, there's always sorrow, but there's also a powerful presence in the room as someone stands on the threshold between life and death. I'm reminded of that very same feeling as I write about the last Passover meal Jesus shared with his disciples. Though his words must have confused them, it's clear now that Jesus was saying goodbye. There must have been a sweetness amidst the sorrow as he shared with them the bread and then the cup. And the words he spoke, "This is my body, this is my blood," would live with them forever. And he took the cup and blessed it.